Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we celebrate Jimmy Russell's 90th birthday. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Cool, Jeff Andreezy, and Jim Gokin.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Hey-oh. So, yes, we're going to be talking about Jimmy Russell. Happy birthday to Jimmy, first of all.
Absolutely.
90 years old. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, his birthday is the day before my mom's birthday.
There you go. There you go. And
she's only 89 this year.
Yeah. So she's young compared to Jimmy.
Young kid.
Yeah. Well, so that's pretty cool. Of course, it's a milestone year for Jimmy because 90 years old. He also celebrated in September 70 years in the business working for Wild Turkey. So that's kind of crazy stuff. So we'll talk
long
about
time.
That's a career. That's wild.
Yeah. So we'll do some Jimmy talk after the break. For right now, Gokin said there's something he want to talk about. What is that, sir?
Yeah, so what is a place that you visited, vacationed, or taken a trip to or were forced to go to that you never want to go back to?
Okay. Never want to go back to a place. Okay. Anybody got something that they never...
I have one, but I don't want to go first because it's a sad story.
It's a sad story. Okay.
So
or I can go first and get it out of the way.
Go get it out of the way. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kathy. Let's hear
Okay. So San Francisco. I don't want to go back there ever again because that's where my first husband told me he wanted a divorce.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that runs it for you.
But I
Rude.
did really like the
feces on the
sea
ground?
lions at
Fisherman's
the
Wharf.
Fisherman's Wharf, and Ghirardelli chocolate.
Okay.
So
Those sea lions stink, though. You have to admit, that's a smell you don't forget.
I didn't
think they
smell them when
stunk?
I was there. No.
They stunk when I was there. Jesus Christ. They sit there on that outside the water, just shit and stuff, and it just bakes in the sun. Yeah. It's the sea lions.
So off
And
topic,
they've got
I
bad breath.
saw on
They have bad
Instagram today of people at what's the Ocean World or the Whale World?
SeaWorld.
Yeah, SeaWorld.
Whale World.
And they get the orca ready to do the thing where he splashes the crowd, but right before he does that, he blows crap into the water.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And then he flaps his tail down and all of his whale feces
I would
goes
do.
out onto the crowd.
I feel like
If you had me doing a show, I'd do that every time. Take a big shit and just splash it all over people.
honestly,
It's the splash zone.
happy for him. He deserves that.
Yeah. Oh, it's so gross. So gross.
He's captive. He would love to be in an ocean. Good for him. Get your revenge, dude.
Yeah.
Happy for you.
Yeah, the only known and documented orca incidents are with orcas in captivity.
Yeah,
Right.
they're chill.
In the wild, they're chill.
What about in the movie? In the
Well,
movie
they've
Orca,
been
I saw many.
they've been
I saw
sinking
many.
boats lately,
Well,
but
yeah,
no
pissed off.
humans have died.
Yeah,
They're
well,
pissed
they
off.
No, they have. They've been capsizing boats
Sure.
and hitting yachts, but
I thought that
nobody
was
dies
whales.
from it. Orcas are whales.
No, like
No.
the blue whales or
The
humpbacks
sperm whale.
or sperm
Maybe it's
whale.
a
There's a
sperm
sperm
whale.
whale thing
Hey,
recently
now.
too.
Do you
Hey
know
now,
how
hey
like,
now.
feel like animals like have their own thoughts on like their little clicks, and they're just like, dude, I dare you to go capsize that boat. Like being idiots.
Look at those millennials up
I like
there.
to think that.
Look at the
Okay,
millennials.
Wouldn't that be great if like animals
Orcas
had
hate
generations?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
you're so lazy. You don't even splash anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Didn't even flush poop on somebody. Go sink their boat now.
Okay. So San Francisco has nothing to do with the city itself. Your issue was a personal issue.
Yeah.
Had he broken up with you anywhere, you would be that.
that can happen. I hate the
Talk
whole
to me
state
about this though for a second.
of,
So.
no, because
Oh,
I hate
really?
the state of
I
Ohio.
want to talk about this divorce thing.
Oh,
Ultimately,
God.
don't you look back and be like, that's actually a great move, right? You're to me, the only way you'd be sad if it's continued to be bothersome to this day. I would assume you look back and you're like, God damn, that fucker did me a favor.
That worked out good.
Well, yeah, he did, but
So I wouldn't hold any ill will. I would be, that'd be.
We gotta be celebrating it.
No, but listen,
This is where it all ended.
he didn't have to run a trip about it. He could have done that shit at home.
that's exactly what I'm
You didn't have
saying.
to
He
run.
was so much
No.
a coward that he took me on a vacation to break the news that he was.
I mean, if you're going to get a divorce anyway, why not take a vacation out of it?
No, because
I don't understand any of this stuff.
That's fine, Steve. You've never had your heart broken like that.
I know. And if I did,
Every
I
time
would be
I
like,
look at San Francisco, I look at that city, and it was where my heart was ripped in two. I had no idea.
Oh God! You thought you were going on like some cute little romantic seaside vacation, and
right.
Yeah,
oh God, that's too. I love you. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Terrible.
Was it at the beginning of the trip?
the
Was
very
it at
first night.
Very first
Holy-
time.
Oh God! And you had to stay in a hotel.
Well, that's bad planning. That's bad
Oh,
planning.
Yeah, did you leave?
So, no, we spent 5 days
You got to
there.
finish out the vacation. Well, yeah.
Well, I spent 5 days on my
You didn't
own
get the
doing
trip
my own
insurance.
thing, and he
Oh,
spent
sure.
5 days on his own doing his own
Sounds
thing.
pretty good.
And then we
Did you
flew
meet at
back
night for
together.
dinners?
Go buy me a plane ticket right now. Fuck you. I would not be staying there.
Well, I was young then too. Let's not
Right.
forget.
But no,
Right.
I get it because like you don't like San Francisco. I hate the whole state of Ohio because of an ex. Like it was not enough to break up. I'm like, I gotta move and fuck that state. Like it was not enough.
I mean, who likes Ohio, to be honest?
Nobody likes Ohio, but I like Cincinnati.
Ohio.
And still a little
Seriously, if you're gonna have someone break your heart, Ohio.
Ohio's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like
Probably
it's
a-
South Dakota.
Probably the place. Yeah, right.
South Dakota.
Yeah.
I've had my heart broken in South Dakota
You still love it.
Have you?
You
But
are
you still
that
like it.
because,
So,
like Steve said, it's like, well, that actually
would think-
turned out pretty good.
Right. I would think it always, at the benefit of hindsight, these stuff always looked good. It's
Yeah,
like,
only there's a small time where it's very
I
heartbreaking.
guess.
and,
I guess.
you know, then once you're over, once you've moved on, you're like, holy cow, this is so much better.
Right. That's what I would think.
But I'm with you, KK, though. Like, you didn't have to take me on a whole trip. You could have broke my heart at home and let me not hate this city. I get it. I'm with
I
you.
mean, I went to Fisherman's Wharf by myself. I went to Ghirardelli by myself.
I've
I
been
went to
all that stuff
Ripley's
by myself because I just travel by myself for
Well,
work.
that's
Did you-
fantastic, Steve.
Did you go?
I
Different
mean,
lives.
I did all that stuff by myself.
Did you go to
With a
Alcatraz
broken
while you were there?
heart?
That's what I was
I always
gonna
have a
ask you.
broken heart. Sure.
No.
Yeah.
No, you don't. If I
Yeah.
ask Amy if your heart is broken, what would she say?
If my
I'll
heart's
break
broken,
it if he wants me to.
Sure.
That's what she'll
Exactly.
say.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you
It's
want to take a girls' trip and take San Francisco back, we can go to Alcatraz. We can do all the fun things. We can do things. We can make it better if you want.
Alcatraz is like a distillery. You need tickets way in advance, or you're not going.
All right, well, we can do
Yeah.
that.
I had to go to a timeshare and then watch my father-in-law fake a heart attack so that we could leave early and get out
Oh,
of
that's
there.
good.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
but we
Oh,
had to
man.
go. We had to go get a timeshare speech to get free tickets to Alcatraz.
And you
Look at-
have to fake a
Oh.
heart attack to get out of those.
Yeah, they don't want you to leave.
That looks
That's
fun.
kind of a pro move right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some good
All right, let's
acting.
move on to somebody else.
I'm going to say Myrtle Beach, because people from Indiana flock there for vacations with their kids. But I think that is one of the trashiest tourist trap places ever. I don't like Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
No offense to South Carolina.
Missouri goes to Destin.
And you have some good beaches, but
which is trashy.
Myrtle Beach is trashy. And like I would pick
Destin.
Daytona. I would pick Daytona over Myrtle Beach, and that says a lot.
Also trashy, yeah.
But it's more. It's like
full 18-year-olds.
It's a more fun trash. Myrtle Beach was like too family trashy. Don't like that. Don't bring your trashy kids. Bring your trashy selves. Daytona's fine.
Where I've gone and wouldn't go back is, New York. To me, that's a see it once. You kind of want to see it and experience it. And I get it. Everything's cool there. Restaurants, all that kind of stuff. Too crowded, too hectic, too much worry about your personal safety. No interest in going to New York or any place that's that congested. Even other places like Boston, that too. It's just too crowded for me. I can't park anywhere. I can't do anything. It's not my scene. That type of crowd. So too many people.
I get you.
Too many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so, I would like in my head. I think New York at Christmas should look sparkly and magical with all the lights. I would love to go see Rockefeller Center. But then I'm like, ooh, the crowds, the people, the smells.
The smells.
I think I would fucking hate it. Like, real life me would hate it. Dreamy me is like, it looks so magical in the movies. I think I'd be so disappointed if I spent Christmas in New York. But
it's like San Francisco, but with arrogant people. Trashy and smelly.
Yeah.
I've been to New York many times, and I love to visit, but I would never live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot think of a single place that I've gone that just was disappointing. I'm going to say no. Now there's places that I've gone I haven't gone back, but not because of a fact I didn't like it. It just there's other places I want to go see.
I'm
I'm
kind of the same way. There's no place that I hated while I was there, but I'm at least.
But you'll go back.
Yeah. What's that?
You hated him while you were there, but you'll go back.
No, I never. There was never a place that I hated while I was there. No.
Oh, okay.
No, I've always liked it, but maybe is that a matter of just researching the places, or you're just a guy who enjoys the wonderment of different things? I think that's where I fall, and that's what I want to do in retirement. I want to just take 4-month long road trips and just get in the car and go to little towns, and see and experience things, and talk to people. And
that sounds like a dream.
That's so fun. So I still I've talked forever. Like I want to do the Route 66 thing. Like I would love to start it. And I want to stay in like the little dumpy motels, like the roadside motels that are vintage. I think that'd be so fun. I would love to just take, I think 2 weeks might be pushing it, but I would love to take 2 weeks in the summer and just do that.
Yeah, my brother's done that with his son a couple of times. They've just hit all the little spots and
all the tourist traps. I want to go see all of them. It looks so fun.
Yeah.
Largest ball of twine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's in Minnesota.
And drive through all the deserts. I would love it.
It was in Kansas, the largest ball of twine.
It's the largest rocking chair.
I know a lady who's from Kansas, and she says they have the world's largest ball.
Well,
she claims she's from the city.
For some
lying.
Casey,
somebody Google that.
Googling.
Google,
largest ball of twine. Some little
Google largest ball of twine.
I know what to Google.
I thought they drove by it.
GOOGLE.com. Yeah.
I thought they drove by it in vacation.
They did.
On the way to Wally.
What does that mean?
But that was from 1980. There might be a newest, biggest one, but at this point.
There are multiple claims to the largest ball of twine, all within the United States.
Okay.
As of 2014,
no other countries are into this.
We're number one.
As of 2014, the ball of twine with the largest circumference was in Cawker City, Kansas.
There you go. That's where she lives. She lives in Cawker City. That's Faye Tepfer. She's from Cawker City. Yeah.
The largest ball of twine, sisal twine? I don't know. Heaviest ball of twine, that is in Wisconsin.
Jeff, you're not hitting on any of these. So far, we haven't heard
there.
It's there.
It's
largest nylon ball of twine is in Branson, Missouri.
Oh, nylon.
Nobody
find a Minnesota one.
Nope.
No, doesn't
Yeah,
even make
nothing.
the list. Doesn't even make the list.
Oh wait, Darwin, Minnesota.
Darwin,
Largest ball
Minnesota.
of sisal twine built by a single person.
Okay.
Oh,
that could be 6 inches.
Right.
right. That doesn't
12
count.
feet in diameter and
That's-
weighs
12 whole feet.
17,400 pounds
That's,
So-
that's a,
But
Do it-
by one person,
by one person.
Darwin. I'm not going to Darwin.
I think he got carpal tunnel syndrome and retired to South Dakota.
He
that's
might have.
balmy. That's balmy.
I was going to go to Darwin for vacation, but no, I'm not.
No, do you guys know a town that's crazy? If you drive 70 from Indy to St. Louis, it's fucking Casey, Illinois. They claim to have like the biggest.
Oh yeah, everything. They got all-
Casey's wild.
everything's oversized. Yeah.
Yeah, and like why? And people apparently stop there, and I purposely don't stop there because I think it's annoying.
You should
They
go there.
have
Yeah.
the biggest rocking chair and the biggest wind chime and the biggest whatever, and I'm just like, what are like? Did you just like make your whole town a tourist trap because you're on I-70? That's exactly what they did. And I
think if
refuse.
you
You need
get-
tax money somehow.
Yeah. Exactly.
If you get off at Casey and go about 15 miles south, there is a town of 2 called Moonshine, and they have a general store that you can go in between 10 and whenever they run out of hamburger and get a hamburger made. But when
That's
they run
so
out of
cool.
meat,
How can a
That's
town
it.
be 2 people?
I
My
know.
house at one point had 3 people. It was bigger than that town.
well, this is a
Population of,
man and his wife.
Of my house was 3 at one point.
So
So,
just like switch being mayor.
Yeah, wasn't there a
they take
So-
turns.
isn't there a Netflix movie, Mayor of Moonshine?
I don't know. Do they have a post office though? Because I know that to be a town, you have to have a zip code. If you don't have a zip code, you're not.
I believe there is a zip code. But it's one building. It's a general store, post office, everything, and I believe they live upstairs.
Oh my God, they're like a real life Bob's Burgers. They live upstairs. It's cute. I'm
Now she's going there.
Now she's going because they live upstairs.
Now I'm going.
Yeah.
Oh, how
Road
cool is
trip.
that? They live upstairs.
trip.
That's
On-
amazing.
On
That's
my
our
way-
next event's coming up. We're going to go
on
to
my
Casey,
way home
Illinois,
next
and
Sunday, I am
Moonshine,
stopping
Illinois.
in Moonshine, Illinois, getting me a burger.
we're doing both of those.
They're not poison me.
I
We'll
can't wait
see
to be by those big wind chimes. No.
Yeah, no, the Casey's wild. Like, cause you get all these like fucking roadside signs. They're like, big as this, big as that. I'm like, what is this? And I accidentally stopped there once.
Oh, sure. You accidentally. Yeah.
And, well, no, because
It wasn't
I was,
your fault. It was an
like,
accident.
I needed to like get gas and I had to pee, so I like accidentally stopped there. And it's so confusing because they have this little park that has like a mini arch, like the mini St. Louis arch, and it's like all like weird, like and a Statue of Liberty, and it's like all like the I don't know, iconic things from America in this weird little fucking park. Casey's doing wild things. I don't know what happened to that
All right,
town.
Casey. All right. All right. There you go. Jim, you asked the question. What do you got? Where do you not want to go back to?
I do not want to go back to Cancun, Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
It was like super commercialized and just it was not like a good vibe at all. I really don't want to go anywhere in the Caribbean. I do not like the Caribbean.
Okay.
Do you not like white sandy beaches and
I don't
beautiful
like
ocean?
beaches. Period.
You don't like beach? Well, okay. The Caribbean then would be a pretty poor choice, I would guess.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Are you like
That should
a
not be a
mountain
surprise then. Yeah.
guy? Like, is that a thing?
Am I what?
Are you like mountains over beach?
No, he's like campgrounds. Like Yogi Bear
but I like-
campground. That's
Yeah.
exciting to him. He gets a boner.
Mosquitoes and
I don't like commercial campgrounds. I like mom and pop places.
Sure, sure.
More mosquitoes.
National parks.
Sounds
No,
exciting.
I don't like sand. The beach. I mean, the beach is fine. It's interesting to go to, but you cannot.
He doesn't
go
like
to
the
a,
sand or the ocean. Other than that, he loves a beach experience.
Yeah, you
The
can't
sun is
go to a
great.
beach and not end up with sand in your crack. There's
Yeah,
just no way to do it.
No, I think that's like a signal of a good beach vacation. Do you know when I go to a beach, I come back and when I wake up in the morning, there's sand all over my bed. And my best friend in the other bed next to me, she's like, Ma'am, how did you get sand all over this bed? And I'm like, I don't know. It came in with me. It didn't come in with you. She's like, no, my bed's clean. So like we try to not to get housekeeping because I think it's annoying and I don't want to be needy. But like every day I'm like, you got to come change my sheets because there's sand in my bed. And it's not great to sleep on.
It's
Yeah,
exfoliating.
Yeah.
It's like a sugar scrub.
It is.
Yeah, it's like a sugar scoop.
Until you lay on it for 8 hours, and I'm like, oh my god, it's like embedded into my skin. I got to pick it out.
I don't like the heat, but I do love the Caribbean, and I've done several cruises and been down there for a couple other. So
I think it's important for a human to touch the ocean at least once a year.
I think it's healing. It's nice.
Yep.
You should. You need that.
I do too. I like beach vacations. All right. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? I'll go first. I haven't gone first yet. Russell's Reserve. Russell's Reserve. Bottle is more than halfway empty. So let's see what we got here. See if there's any life left here. No, terrible. Talked over it even. That's the lead. It was somewhat audible, just barely. I don't think it's going to hold on, but we'll see. I've got the lead. Next up is Jim.
I've got a Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit single barrel pick from Total Wine, compliments of Jim Fosnot. Here we go.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
No, yeah, we heard it. Well, I'll give you the lead. I think you got the lead.
This was a very quiet.
All right, McNew's next. McNew, you can take the lead here pretty easily.
I don't know that I will, because I just grabbed the first Wild Turkey thing I found on the shelf, and I have the Bond and Lillard, but it's been really well loved. So,
these are bad. I think Jim's had a pop. That didn't really have any pop.
No pop. It was just like a boom,
like a thud.
It was.
Yeah. We'll have Jeff go next. Jeff, what do you got?
All right. Well, I ran down and grabbed a Wild Turkey 101.
Okay, that was
squeaky,
squeaky and sloshy, but that was definitely the best pop. So right now, Jeff has the lead. What do you got there, though, Kathy?
Once again, I'm going to flaunt that I have the Wild Turkey 70th anniversary release.
Okay. Flaunting.
Okay, there you go. That's a winner.
That's a winner.
Kathy gets it. So cheers to her.
Cheers to Jimmy.
Cheers to Jimmy.
Cheers to Jimmy. All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Jimmy Russell's 90th birthday. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
This is Katie Proof, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we are talking about the iconic Jimmy Russell's 90th birthday.
Yes, we are. So Jimmy Russell is still out there. You still see him in the gift shop signing, memorabilia, bottles, those type of things, interacting with fans. I love that. Something feels right in the world when you see an Instagram photo of somebody with Jimmy Russell at the gift shop. I don't know why it feels right in the world, but it does. It does. It's history. The man's a walking piece of bourbon history. And the fact that he's there still able to interact with fans, something that he loves. I mean, I'm sure that is a large part of what keeps him going at age 90 now. I love the fact that he still gets to interact with fans. What do you guys think about?
I strongly believe that the fact that he is still so active is why he's so, he has such longevity.
Yeah. If he just retires and sits at home on the couch and was like, well, I wonder what I'm going to do next. That usually doesn't end.
Yeah, he's gone.
I think there's a lot to be said for that, because that there are people who retire and they decline so fast. Him going to that gift shop every Sunday, whatever day he's there, just makes him young again. Gives him his passion. He still has something to live for, and he still loves doing it. Nobody's forcing him. If he said, "Hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to sit on my porch and drink sweet tea," they'd be like, "Great, go live your best life." His best life's right there talking to people.
It is. Yeah.
Can you imagine how many people he signed bottles for?
Right.
I actually have a tote bag signed by him. And I'm just it's so special. I want to frame it or something. I've never used it. I have never physically used this bag. It's tucked away in storage, but I'm I should put it, I don't know, in a frame, you put jerseys in or something.
Shadow box.
So you have the tote bag. Steve has the hat.
I got the hat.
I have a ticket from Whiskey in the Winter where I got to talk to him that he signed for me. What does anybody else have anything really cool signed by Jimmy?
No, Steve, do you want it? We could contribute them. You could put them in the shop in a little thing if you want.
There you go.
Bring it.
I've got a 101 bottle signed by him, which, that's what he's most known for, is Wild Turkey 101. So, yes.
I'm certainly running out of time. I've never met the gentleman, and I feel like I'm pretty good chance I won't. That's sad.
No, I do think if you get to Kentucky, Jeff, going there on a Sunday, because that's usually when he's there, Sundays and Wednesdays, I think you should make that a priority over everything.
I can't remember. I think I was there on a Saturday last.
Yeah, you never know when he's going to be there.
He
was there.
He came in while I was there, sitting there waiting on a
Sometimes
tasting.
it's just a surprise, but
yeah.
And his wife is what's her name?
Joretta.
She's so nice. She's just as fun to talk to as he is. She's
always.
She's like a handler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
She's precious.
I thought it was interesting to see the way the staff that was there, the people that were waiting to give us our tour, and the other tasting people that were there, they're just as infatuated by him as the fans are.
Yeah.
Right.
He's
iconic
to the employees.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, what other distillery has that?
No.
What other, in any industry?
Yeah.
Any industry. Who has that?
Yeah, Beam has a legacy, but not in one person. This one person, 70 years, that's insane. Nobody else has ever done that. That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he started there before it was called Wild Turkey, for God's sakes. So so he's there for the whole thing. He's there as they name it that. He's there as 101 becomes iconic. He's there during bourbon boom of the 60s and into the early 70s. He's there when it crashes. He's there when it comes back. Jimmy's been there for everything.
Yeah, and that's a lot to be said for him as a person, because he's rolled with the punches, right? Steve, you worked in corporate. I work in a corporate world.
Right.
Where if shit gets weird and stupid, to be that's not how we did it. I don't like this new thing. I'm leaving. He's seen so many changes. And he's nope, I work here. This is what I do. And I'm going to roll with it. To just not jump ship. And not to say Wild Turkey's done stupid things, but it's a corporate world now. And he's just rolled with it.
Right.
Well, think of the innovation that he has seen from
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I don't know if they were using, gas or what they were. If they had, wooden fires that they were using
Right.
70 years ago when he was distilling.
Right.
Yeah.
And just the computerized stuff and all the stuff that like he would had to measure and do.
Too. Like his
Yeah.
adaptability to all the new technology is wild, and his
Yeah.
role changing where he'd be like, I just used to come in and like make stuff, and now I have to go talk to people and like be the face of the company. Like he just rolls with it, and I think that's amazing. That says a lot for him as a human.
Yeah.
And do you think if he could that he would still rather be at the still?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, physically, his body is certainly, is 90. I mean, I think he's probably in great shape for a 90-year-old, but the ability to physically do that sort of hard labor is probably past him. So it's sitting in the gift shop signing autographs is something that he still can do and interacting and talking with fans. But yeah, I think if he could, all things being equal, if he had the ability to go work in that still every day, that's where he'd be, just making whiskey.
Yeah.
The thing he's like passionate about.
Right.
So I did some research on the year he was born, 1934, right?
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 1934. So that was the year that Bonnie and Clyde, Babyface Nelson, and John Dillinger were captured by the FBI.
That was a good year for the
They
FBI.
captured the hell out of Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, didn't they?
They did. No, it was like
They captured them.
he was like a Great Depression baby who lived through
Yeah.
multiple.
Franklin D.
the World
Roosevelt
War.
attempted to lift the economy with the New Deal. The Dust Bowl was happening. This was.
He saw all the dams built from the TVA.
He did.
Yeah. And you think about when he started Wild Turkey in 1954. You think about him, and what always gets to me is you start thinking about Jimmy when he's getting started. Who do you learn from? You learn from the old timers. Well, think about the old timers when Jimmy is there in 1954. I mean, he's learning from people who probably learned to distill in the early 1900s, who were learning to distill from people in the 1800s. That's a crazy thing to think about.
Didn't even have professional equipment. These were probably people back in a mountain just doing things.
Right. Literally, he could have had a conversation in 1954. If he was into bourbon history and there might have been people who might have known E.H. Taylor, who dies in, around, before Prohibition. There's easily these big time names. Jack Daniels, somebody, there could have been, people that if they're coming from Tennessee might have worked for, know people that worked for Jack Daniel himself. It's just crazy to think about that history.
That brings me to the question. I know, Wild Turkey is a big company now. Do they have a historian or someone that just talks to him and
captures all of his information?
Yeah, I wish they did. Yeah.
They have a couple fanboys. What is it? Firebird Bo on Instagram.
Yeah, Bo. Yeah.
That wrote a book. I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry. But they have like several people that are so invested in their history, but I don't think the company themselves and I don't think the family.
They're making a mistake.
They should. They absolutely should.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine if that was your job?
Right.
To keep track.
Right.
Like,
Steve, have you thought about a movie about it?
Yeah, that could be the great.
I would like to get a movie with them. That's for sure. That would be cool. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see if we can do that. That would be epic. But I mean, I think about, my family, they drank a little bit of whiskey. So I think about, I was alive when my great grandfather was alive. He died in 1972. I can remember him barely. I remember him as a sick man. He was bedridden by the time I knew him. He always had to be quiet when you go over to my great grandparents' house because grandpa was, sick. But you think about him drinking whiskey, and if he drank Wild Turkey back in the day, as long ago as that was, he was drinking whiskey made by Jimmy Russell. I mean, he died in 72. He's a whiskey drinker, this guy that I can barely remember so long ago. He's drinking whiskey made by Jimmy Russell. It's just insane. It really is. None of us, work for the same company for 70 years. There was not going to be anybody on this group here that's worked for a company for 70 years. It's just not going to happen.
I'm sneaking up on half of that.
Right.
Half of that.
Yeah.
So is Jim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's
31
there's also sunset dates for both of those guys. But they're at least thinking about it. Not that they're making a move anytime soon. But they're getting to 70. I don't think is in either of their plans working for the companies they're working for.
No.
And what an experience to have a business where you get to bring your son and your grandkids.
Now your grandkids, yeah.
And all of that, and you're building it with your family. And it's that's just, nobody gets to do that.
Yeah.
Who is it that owns Wild Turkey? Is it Campari?
Campari. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So, and Campari's smart enough to just let the Russell family do their thing for sure. Stay out of
Do their thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, how could you come in?
Yeah, tell Jimmy Russell.
This
is how it's going to be. You know a little bit about whiskey, but let us tell you, we got a manual. We read a book, and there's some YouTube videos we watched. We think you need to be doing this.
Yeah, I think we should change the business plan. You guys have not
right.
You've not been turning a profit.
Right. So yeah.
We can fix this.
Yeah. Jimmy knows everything too. I mean, I got to hang out with him just a little bit, besides the times in the gift shop, which that's all just small talk, but I got to hang out and talk whiskey with him when we interviewed him for the Bourbon Show, and that was amazing. And the stuff that he knew about. Jeremy there was a law change in the state of Washington, and Jeremy brings it up, and Jeremy started saying it wrong, and Jimmy corrected him, and I'll be damned if he didn't know what the actual law was in the state of Washington at that time.
One state.
Crazy. Yeah, one state. Yeah. And he knows, Jeremy brought in a Dusty of Wild Turkey and said, do you know how old this is? And there's a code stamped on there, and Jimmy knew how to read the code, which I guess, maybe anybody that works for the distillery does. But he literally told him, the date that was made and down to the minute, because it's all within that code there. And it's just, cool stuff. I mean, Jimmy's awesome. So, yeah, he's a treasure. If you're into whiskey, Jimmy Russell is the guy, because he was all the cool people that we hear about from the previous generation, the one that was not that long ago. Your Elmer T. Lees, your Booker Nose, all those type of folks that they're all contemporaries of Jimmy. There's people with Jimmy, and he's unfortunately kind of last man standing type of thing. So, get to Wild Turkey, and if you get the chance, interact with Jimmy if you can. If he's there, get something signed, just so you can talk to him. It's worth whatever you're gonna buy to get signed. It's worth that purchase just to get 5 minutes of Jimmy's time to chit chat with him a little
And
bit.
you don't even need a good question. You don't even have to sound intelligent.
No,
just go up and.
Because I think you'll treasure that the rest of your life.
No,
You'll treasure that the rest of your life when someone talks about you're with you're at the office and someone talks about Wild Turkey or something like that, or you're on a business trip and they're like, "I'll take a Wild Turkey." But I met that guy. Even if it's 15 years down the road, you'll remember the day you met Jimmy. So it's cool. It's cool stuff. Well, there you go. That's going to wrap this one up, as we always do. We'll end it by talking about where people can find us. Jim, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
I'm on Facebook at Jim Gokin.
All right. Jeff?
I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and the Cigar Dojo, Jeff Andreezy, 2 I's and 2 Z's.
Okay. Kathy?
I am every day fangirling on Jimmy Russell and on Instagram at KK Cast Strength.
All right. McNew?
I am on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Also, come by and see me, the ABV Barrel Shop. We got a pick in today. We got a couple cool items in today. We got some new bitters in. So there's always cool things coming in. And, of course, you know what? You can try the whiskey that we've got in stock, which is pretty awesome. So check us out online. See what we have in inventory. See who's coming in. See what classes we've got over at abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Farnance, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.